Welcome back to Pete's Model Car Customs. This is a sort of pickup trucks and trailers edition of the series. I've been investigating those pickup trucks that Trevor sent me a little while ago. Trevor of Monster Hobbies in Canada. Great fella, really is. Great sense of humour. and making some adaptations and changes and project plans for them. I was looking at the I've got two kits that come with trailers. One is the Ford F100 pickup truck, the 1960. Am I going to make a mistake here? One's out of a Galaxy. Yeah, I'm sure it's this, isn't it? And I've put the instructions behind me in that other box. I'm sure this is shocking. Yeah, it is. Of course it is. Right, idiot. So this gives you a single axle short trailer. The Cow Drag Custom gives you a twin axle trailer, which is only about an inch longer. The short one I've seen, there's another release of an F100 that's towing a trailer, and I think it's the same trailer that's in the F100 kit, but with a different nose. I can't remember now whether it had one or two axles, or it's the other one with a different box on it. But the first thing I wanted to do was, these wheels are from the Galaxy four-wheeled one, and they're just not really worth using. They aren't hollowed out. I mean, IMT have got hundreds of sets of... Are they going to focus at all? Hundreds of sets of wheels? No, they're not. And they give you these. You know, I know they must have been original, but you know. So I've been hunting around for wheels. Also, tyres. I wasn't too happy. You know, they've given you... The tyres you get in the kit are really nice, but they're not chunky enough for trailers, so I've gone for looking around through... These are a couple of polyglass GTs, and then I've got, you know, old rally tyres, which aren't, you know, so you've got a height difference there, and that'll have to work out against the white walls as well, because that'll alter how your vehicle sits, won't it? The ride height. So there was all that to sort of go into. Then the actual, let's move, they're in my way at the moment. Hang on. I've got a lot sort of jigged up here. I'll move that to there. I've got one of the Cobras sitting on the single axle trailer, which I hope I can squeeze in there. And it's more, I've got 5mm at the back of that wheel, so it is on there wheel for wheel, but you know, you've got a lot of exposure in the back to being rammed up the bottom, and quite a lot of overhang at the front. So I'm going to make quite a radical change to this trailer, and I'm going to turn it into a caravan, because my race team is getting quite big and they're going to need somewhere to kip at night. So I've decided on a caravan conversion for this one. on, hang on a minute, the other one I've started building up a box body that's similar to the body that's in the Ford F100 build. What I have done though is replace the, see, I'm looking for wheels, I'm just looking for wheels, replace the diamond pattern plate on there. I'll put them aside, I want to talk about them too, with another pattern which is a double checker. I hope that will come through because it's quite neat. Will that focus on that? There you go. Right, and also divided in feasible lengths of plate. It is in 3 parts. Charcoaled the bottom up a bit. There was quite a few marks in there. But then I've also extended where I've put this box on, as you can see, I've extended it out with quite a sturdy piece of, oh, now I've got the axles in the way, sturdy piece of strip. What one was near it? That one. I've got these held on. These are quite simplified, but you wouldn't have any drive system on a trailer. There's no brake drum because of the poor quality of the wheels. There's no emergency brake or handbrake stuff on it. But the leaf springs aren't too bad, if I can get one into picture. They're not too bad really. I'm going to cut these mudguards off and make new ones that will be squared, quite frankly. Using some of this checker plate, they'll just have flat plated, drop these down. So I'm sure I can find better use for these mudguards. Fenders. So that's some changes onto that with replacing that. Also realising that go back to the Cobra, even this one is rather snug for something the size of a Cobra. I actually want something the size of a Starliner and a Galaxy. So I've got to either build an extended trailer, or my other option was I picked up the other week, now not in the box, this ramp truck that had a relay. A different manufacturer of pickup truck conversion. So by looking at this parts bag and taking the dimensions from it, I haven't even opened this bag. So I've got a whole kit still that I'm not going to build because it's a relay. Has anyone noticed that the name Trevor is hidden in Chevrolet? So I took some dimensions off of that in the hope that that would solve the problem of long enough for a Galaxy. But it's not. So that leads me to drawings and taking certain dimensions and working out angles to be able to develop another plan of this, which will be a ramp truck. Stop it! Black plastic, very high, good stuff to work with. You might think it's hard to mark, but it gives you a good foundation instead of white everywhere. These blue parts, like the rubber duck I showed in the last video, came from some sort of pickup truck, Rolling Thunder I think it was called, but I didn't have the whole kit. I bought a batch of junk parts, which were the wheels, this front bumper, some truck-sized mirrors, which hopefully I can extend out far enough to, you know, clear the ramp extensions, because that's going to come out at least 5 to 10 mil either side. And I noticed in there, I hope they'll show, can you see those dimples at the bottom? So they got the magnifying lens in the corner of them, and I thought that was a neat touch. There's some spotlights in there and running lights as well, which was quite a touch. But I'm going to need 6 tyres, 6 wheels. Now these are not going to be big enough. Pretend I've extended the, but I don't, these just are not going to be chunky enough. So I looked at these come from a, what should I call it, crew chief. Firestone. I didn't want the Dust Devils because they were too, yeah, all terrains. That was it. The from the crew chief Blazer. But I'm going to use these on the other pickup truck. What I have done is gone for this tyre, and I've got another. No, that's not it. That's the one I was looking at for that one. But those two there, I was looking at rims for trailers. That's another one of the tyres for the other pickup. Excuse me. These ones. I've got a bag here with tyres, and so I want 6 of these. These are the closest I've got at the moment to having 6 of the same wheels. I've got 4 of these and 2 of those at the moment, which are slightly different, but I don't mind them at the front. It's pairing up 4 at the back, and then the 2 at the front. They actually look slightly taller than this set, so I don't know. But I'm still looking through different sets of wheels, because you know, you get some kits that have just got a raft like that T-Bird. That's where the deep dish gold ones on the Starliner come from. I remember they come out of the '66 T-Bird. Along with further things, out of a bunch of spares I bought a while back was this orange sprue. Commercial vehicles over here and towing trucks and that have orange lights on the roofs, not red ones. So I was lucky to get these big sort of beacons. You know, I want obviously, you know, a nice beacon on the top of it. Plus I've got a selection of amber running lights, and I've got this red sprue along with it, which is very handy. Out of some truck, you know, lorry, what do you call it, Arctic semi build. But there's going to be loads on that. But working that out to get the size I wanted, if you notice the bit underneath it, underneath that there truck, throw all that junk that way. This may be the foundation of the truck. A bit of switcheroo. These boxes that do have doors come from an Opel Blitz 1/24 scale truck. All 3 of these boxes. I want to do like the other truck one does, is have something like that, you know, a box either side behind the cab, a winch in the centre that will come from the Jeep. I've got another part which I'm going to fly around the room, which will, come on, jump out the bleeding box, which will hide for me from the next 5 minutes. But anyway, using more of the this is what it looks like originally, diamond thingamy. They'll go up there to about that height, maybe less. You know, I might end that down there sort of thing, so as the ramp ends up at that sort of box height, and then fit a tyre rack in between or something like that. What I was actually looking for was a bed of a pickup truck I was looking at. I'm sure I locked it in here. Ah, there it is, laying flat. This bed sort of there, and then put a camper conversion onto this bit, so as there was more sleeping space above the thingamy. I might cut this down, but use this braced up end against the back wall of this ramp, maybe halve it so as I've got just the cab covered. But once I've got it there, it'd make a nice visor over the cab, so I'm not really sure about shortening it yet. But I thought I'll have my horns on the underside, and then that like that array of horns, some extra lights. I want to build something up there. Where is that? You know, sort of like the body. Oh, that blazer. Hang on a minute. Is there a roof of a blazer in here? I'm sure I saw that roof bit. I can throw the roof of a blazer on top. Oh, there we go. I don't know whether that will work. Probably not. Alright, how long's that? There is a sort of A pillar. Alright, that was handy. That blazer there has got that section of there is about the same length as that there. So I could cut that part off, or maybe not. But build that on top of there as a bed up above the cab of the thingamy truck. But it's going to work out about this sort of length, which is approximately another thing that's hiding from me at the moment. Oh, there it is. It's well over a foot long, about 14 inches long, a rough estimate. But anyway, that's the plan for those. Before I go, there is one last thing, catching the light over the back. With the encouragement of Mad Dog Merv, I've made a little bit more progress of my base for this figure, the rune something or other he was, I don't know. But made him the rune chief of Dragon Rock. I use these tubs, these are the lids off of a jar of coffee I get, and they're really handy as mixing pots, storing pots, and also as making bases when you finish with them. I've got another one that I'm mounting an airplane kit on, so I'm working on that as well. Anyway, best wishes from jolly old England. Hi.